index of notable clips, headlines, and references being shared across the community, organized for quick browsing. Use it to spot patterns, pull links, and build your own research list. Qnotables.com. Browse the notables, verify the facts, stay informed. All reports can be found on Q Research or Qnotables.com. Notables do not equal endorsements. We are researchers who deal in open source information, reasoned argument, and dank memes. We do battle in the sphere of ideas and ideas only. We neither need nor condone the use of force in our work here. From the Q Research Board's February 27, 2026. Bombshell reporting in financial and political media alleges that major banking institutions engaged in politically motivated debanking practices, affecting individuals and organizations aligned with former President Donald Trump. Trump has repeatedly stated that conservative clients were unfairly restricted by financial institutions. Federal regulators have acknowledged concerns surrounding reputational risk policies and politically exposed persons, while lawmakers in Congress are preparing hearings and transparency legislation focused on banking compliance practices. Financial institutions state that account decisions are based on internal risk assessments and federal regulatory guidance. The debate centers on financial discrimination, political bias, and regulatory oversight. A resurfaced mid-1990s video shows then-Representative Nancy Pelosi criticizing China over trade imbalances and tariff practices. In the clip, Pelosi advocates reciprocal trade measures to counter what she described as unfair pricing strategies. The footage has circulated widely as tariff policy returns to the forefront of the 2026 political cycle. Supporters of expanded tariffs cite the clip as evidence that concerns over China's trade practices were bipartisan. Economists continue to debate the long-term effects of reciprocal tariffs, balancing domestic industry protection against consumer cost impacts. Frederick Brennan, known online as Hot Wheels and associated with founding the image board 8chan, has reportedly died. Brennan became a central figure in debates over online moderation, extremism, and free speech due to the platform's history. In later years, he publicly distanced himself from the site and criticized its direction. Coverage of his reported passing has circulated across online communities, though detailed official statements have been limited. Demographic data shows Muslim populations in parts of Europe have grown over the past 3 decades due to immigration and higher birth rates. Research institutions, including Pew, have projected that Muslim population growth in certain regions has outpaced Christian population growth. Analysts note that migration flows, fertility rates, secularization trends, and national policy decisions shape long-term outcomes. Immigration, integration, and religious pluralism remain active political issues across the continent. President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump hosted a governor's dinner at the White House on February 21, 2026. Governors from both parties attended for policy discussions and formal engagements. According to White House statements, the dinner focused on federal-state coordination, economic policy, and emergency management collaboration. During the event, violinist Rusanda Panfili performed in the East Room, and members of the press were invited to observe portions of the program. President Trump announced via social media that he is coordinating with Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry on a proposal to send a hospital ship to Greenland to address reported healthcare shortages. The statement described the vessel as intended to provide medical support. No Department of Defense deployment order has been released. Greenland, an autonomous territory of Denmark, has not issued a formal public response. The announcement comes amid continued strategic interest in the Arctic region. Democratic congressional candidate Katie Porter displayed a whiteboard message criticizing President Trump during a California Democratic convention. Video of the moment circulated online following the party endorsement proceedings. Porter is known for using whiteboards during congressional hearings. The incident has prompted discussion regarding tone and conduct at political conventions. Frederick Brennan, known online as Hot Wheels and associated with founding the image board 8chan, has reportedly died. Brennan became a central figure in debates over online moderation, extremism, and free speech due to the platform's history. In later years, he publicly distanced himself from the site and criticized its direction. Coverage of his reported passing has circulated across online communities, though detailed official statements have been limited. Demographic data shows Muslim populations in parts of Europe have grown over the past 3 decades due to immigration and higher birth rates. Research institutions, including Pew, have projected that Muslim population growth in certain regions has outpaced Christian population growth. Analysts note that migration flows, fertility rates, secularization trends, and national policy decisions shape long-term outcomes. Immigration,
At
integration, and religious...
shop.isawaya.com, everything you buy supports Qnotables, the place where people talk freely no matter what. Check out our Qn honey pot, a jar of yummy honey that's as strong as your voice. Put it on toaster and tea. It's not just honey, it's freedom in every bite. Then there's Qn butter, a smooth handmade skin cream that makes you feel good while you fight for what's right. Awesome wooden pieces for display only. Hang them up or set them out. They're for showing off Qn's tough spirit. Want to help even more? Get a proto membership. So go to shop.isawaya.com now and grab some goodies. Help Qn.top keep free speech alive, and let's keep the ideas flowing loud and free.
All reports can be found on Q Research or Qnotables.com. Notables do not equal endorsements. We are researchers who deal in open source information, reasoned argument, and dank memes. We do battle in the sphere of ideas and ideas only. We neither need nor condone the use of force in our work here.
From the Q Research Boards, February 22, 2026. Alien disclosure advocate Dr. Stephen Greer has publicly predicted that a major announcement regarding extraterrestrial life could occur under the Trump administration. Greer, who has long campaigned for declassification of alleged unidentified aerial phenomena records, has made similar predictions in previous years. Federal agencies have acknowledged investigations into unidentified aerial phenomena but have not confirmed extraterrestrial origin. Congressional hearings in recent years have examined classified aerospace programs and reported encounters. No official disclosure event has been announced. New York political figure Zohran Mamdani has faced criticism over reported municipal permit or compliance requirements related to property and public activity, while members of the Democratic Socialists of America continue to oppose voter ID laws. Critics argue the policies are inconsistent. The broader debate reflects ongoing divisions over voter identification standards and municipal regulatory enforcement. No change in statewide voter ID policy has been enacted as of this report. President Trump announced he is withdrawing his endorsement of Rhino Congressman Jeff Hurd in Colorado's 3rd District and instead endorsing Hope Scheppelman. Trump cited disagreement over tariff policy as a factor in the decision. Endorsements from former presidents often carry influence in primary races, particularly in competitive districts. Hurd has not publicly indicated plans to withdraw from the race. Scheppelman has aligned herself closely with Trump's trade and immigration agenda. The development adds new dynamics to the upcoming congressional contest. President Trump criticized Netflix and former National Security Advisor Susan Rice in a social media post, calling for her removal from the streaming platform's board of directors. Rice joined Netflix's board in 2018. Trump alleged bias and political motivations. Netflix has not announced any change to its board composition. Corporate boards typically determine leadership internally, independent of political office holders. The exchange reflects continued tensions between Trump and prominent former officials. Media reports have revisited past associations between Prince Andrew and various international business figures. Prior reporting in British outlets noted meetings and dinners involving individuals later scrutinized for financial or geopolitical ties. Prince Andrew has previously faced significant public scrutiny regarding associations connected to Jeffrey Epstein. Buckingham Palace has not commented on recent renewed reporting. No new criminal charges have been announced related to the reported dinner, though the research boards are buzzing with Epstein file revelations. In a past interview with 60 Minutes, President Biden stated he had no advance knowledge of the FBI search conducted at Mar-a-Lago in 2022. The Department of Justice has maintained that the investigation operated independently. Trump has disputed aspects of the investigation and cited what he describes as newly surfaced documentation. Official records show the search was authorized through federal judicial procedures. Legal proceedings connected to that case remain part of broader political debate. A man was shot and killed after reportedly breaching the secure perimeter at Mar-a-Lago in the early morning hours. Law enforcement agencies, including the U.S. Secret Service and Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, confirmed an active investigation. Authorities stated the individual approached the property armed. President Trump was not present at the time. A joint briefing has been scheduled to release further details. Officials have not publicly confirmed the suspect's identity or motive. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced what he described as a new regional alliance strategy aimed at countering both Shiite and Sunni extremist factions. The remarks were delivered during a press conference addressing security coordination. Israel has pursued normalization agreements with several Arab states in recent years under the Abraham Accords framework. Analysts note that regional alliances continue to evolve amid shifting geopolitical alignments in the Middle East. No specific treaty details were released during the announcement. That wraps up tonight's 4 a.m. Talking Points Live. We brought you the verified developments, the statements on record, and the emerging narratives shaping the next news cycle. As always, separate confirmed facts from online claims, watch the official briefings, and stay alert as details continue to unfold. We'll continue tracking policy moves, geopolitical shifts, and the institutional decisions that impact the country in real time. Until the next broadcast, stay informed, stay steady, and we'll see you at the next briefing.
Every voice matters. The power of free speech is more important than ever. Imagine a place where you can share your thoughts freely, explore new ideas, and engage in meaningful conversations anonymously. With online anonymity, you can express yourself without fear of judgment. It's about freedom, creativity, and connection. Join the conversation that matters. Embrace your voice. Celebrate your freedom. Visit 8kun.top today. That's 8kun.top.
Our movement is about replacing a failed and corrupt the Washington establishment and the financial and media corporations that fund it exist for only one reason: to protect and enrich itself. The establishment has trillions of dollars at stake in this election. For those who control the levers of power in Washington and for the global special interest, they partner with these people that don't have your good in mind. Our campaign represents a true existential threat like they haven't seen before. This is not simply another four-year election. This is a crossroads in the history of our civilization that will determine whether or not we, the people, reclaim control over our government. The political establishment that is trying to stop us is the same group responsible for our disastrous trade deals, massive illegal immigration, and economic and foreign policies that have bled our country dry. The political establishment has brought about the destruction of our factories and our jobs as they flee to Mexico, China, and other countries all around the world. It's a global power structure that is responsible for the economic decisions that have robbed our working class, stripped our country of its wealth, and put that money into the pockets of a handful of large corporations and political entities. This is a struggle for the survival of our nation, and this will be our last chance to save it. This election will determine whether we're a free nation or whether we have only the illusion of democracy, but are in fact controlled by a small handful of global special interests rigging the system, and our system is rigged. This is reality. You know it, they know it, I know it, and pretty much the whole world knows it. The Clinton machine is at the center of this power structure. We've seen this firsthand in the WikiLeaks documents, in which Hillary Clinton meets in secret with international banks to plot the destruction of U.S. sovereignty in order to enrich these global financial powers, her special interest friends, and her donors. Honestly, she should be locked up. The most powerful weapon deployed by the Clintons is the corporate media, the press. Let's be clear on one thing. The corporate media in our country is no longer involved in journalism. They're a political special interest, no different than any lobbyist or other financial entity with a total political agenda, and the agenda is not for you, it's for themselves. Anyone who challenges their control is deemed a sexist, a racist, a xenophobe. They will lie, and then again, they will do worse than that. They will do whatever's necessary. The Clintons are criminals, remember that. This is well documented, and the establishment that protects them has engaged in a massive cover-up of widespread criminal activity at the State Department and the Clinton Foundation in order to keep the Clintons in power. They knew they would throw every lie they could at me and my family and my loved ones. They knew they would stop at nothing to try to stop me. Nevertheless, I take all of these slings and arrows gladly for you. I take them for our movement so that we can have our country back. I knew this day would arrive. It's only a question of when. And I knew the American people would rise above it and vote for the future they deserve. The only thing that can stop this corrupt machine is you. The only force strong enough to save our country is us. The only people brave enough to vote out this corrupt establishment is you, the American people. Our great civilization has come upon a moment of reckoning. I didn't need to do this, folks, believe me. I built a great company, and I had a wonderful life. I could have enjoyed the fruits and benefit of years of successful business deals and businesses for myself and my family, instead of going through this absolute horror show of lies, deceptions, malicious attacks. Who would have thought? I'm doing it because this country has given me so much, and I feel so strongly that it's my turn to give back to the country that I love. I'm doing this for the people and for the movement, and we will take back this country for you, and we will make America great.